Hi guys, so day 30 after surgery. I've just had a shower and I really want to talk to you about itching. Now, I haven't had any itching at all since my surgery. My skin was numb, I didn't have any pain, there wasn't really any discomfort. It was just having tight muscles and swelling, obviously. So it came as quite a shock to me when I got to around day 28 and my skin just was so tingly and like ants running all over my body. I didn't really understand why it was happening. Now, when the body is healing, a part of bringing the circulation back and repairing the skin, you have to regenerate cells. The fat is obviously taking in the places that it's been transferred to, and the skin that has been bruised or damaged or swollen has to then reduce back to its normal size, shape, and consistency. So it's perfectly normal after having BBL surgery to have itching and tingling to the skin. This happened for me on day 28 and I'm now on day 30. So that's around a month or 4 weeks and 2 days, depends on which way you want to look at it. Now I've just come out the shower, so please excuse my wet hair, but I wanted to tell you the way that I'm dealing with the tingling and the itching after surgery. So I spoke to my patient coordinator at Serene Cosmetic and said to her that I'm experiencing these issues, what can I do about it? She reassured me that it's actually perfectly normal for this to happen, nothing to worry about, and that when you wear your compression wear on a daily basis, it does dry out the skin. Obviously it's winter now, it depends on what time of year you watch this video, but it's January. I had my surgery in December, so the heating is on 20, 25 degrees every single day, all day. My hands are certainly a lot drier at this time of year, my face is drier, so it makes sense that my body will be dry. When I wear black clothing, I don't know if you've ever had it when you are shedding skin, particularly maybe in the summer after you've had a tan and your skin is peeling off, you see white kind of powdery marks in your clothing, and that's when you know you have dead skin cells coming off. So whilst I didn't have loads of it, I did notice that my clothes were looking slightly powdery after wearing them. And this is no indication on how I'm doing my laundry, as I'm using the same detergent I've always used. I have the same clothing I've always worn. And the same compression wear that I've worn for a month. So again, you know, I didn't do anything different in my routine to cause itching. This is just a natural stage of healing. I shower daily and I change my clothes daily because hygiene is key after recovering from surgery. You want to avoid infections. So the way that I'm dealing with this itching is to exfoliate. Now I actually, when I take my shower every day, I use a soft sponge. It's a sea sponge, so it has holes in it. It's soft, but if you scrunch it, the harder you press, the more you can kind of scratch with it. So this I find is gentle when necessary, but can be applied harder and more abrasive when needed. I use this to literally exfoliate my whole body in the shower. I put the water on warm, and then I just rub and rub and rub in small circles. And there's areas of your body that will feel a little more tender after liposuction and surgery. Some areas you can press harder. You will only know that when you are showering. You know, everybody's different. Some people really like a good scratch. Other people just like a small rub. Obviously, where the fat has been transferred to on my hips and on my buttocks, I don't press as hard, but I just spend a little more time just working in circles to release and remove those dead skin cells. Because again, that will reduce the itching. Now, after the skin cells have been removed, I then use a moisturiser, and one that always works really well for me is cocoa butter. And seeing as I've just come out of the shower and I've exfoliated, I'm now feeling itchy even talking about this. I'm going to apply my cocoa butter as I speak to you. It's really weird. I don't know if you've ever seen The Jungle Book, where Baloo the bear is like rubbing up against a husky tree. And he's like, oh, I feel so good to scratch. Like literally, that's how I've been feeling. But even the process of applying moisturiser, body butter to your skin, it's a way to help to drain the lymph nodes. So small massaging circles across the entire body really does make a difference. It's very relaxing and it helps to clear any swelling and fluid retention. Because even now, a month on after my surgery, my skin does still feel almost numb in places, tingly in other places, and you can feel the fluid under there. So if you do this on a daily basis, it's a good hygiene routine, and also helps to drain away excess fluid and stimulate, you know, repair and renewal. And that's what it's all about. I mean, if I could have a masseuse every day, I totally would. But failing that, you know, I just get my boyfriend to give me a body massage and it's lovely. And so I do this all over. I find that my back normally gets quite dry, my back and my sides, because this is the area that's mostly compressed when it's the support garments are pulled across. I'm also really, really happy with the healing of my scars. Now, they're just minimal. You would never be able to see them, not from a distance. Even in swimwear, I don't think it's very noticeable at all. One thing that I was slightly concerned about is the fact that I have so many tattoos. And if you are cutting into skin that has been tattooed, will it mess up the tattoos? It's like scribbling over a picture that you've drawn. You know, you push your pencil through the paper when you're at school and you split the page. That was something that I thought, well, worst case scenario, if my tattoos are affected by the incision marks. I have a puppy come in. Hey, Duke. If my tattoos are infected by the incision marks, then I would have them re-tattooed over and it would just be a case of filling in where the scar is. But actually, I'm really impressed that it hasn't affected my tattoos at all and I won't need to have them topped up or anything because the skin has grown back with ink in it, which is incredible. You think that a tattoo does go several layers deep anyway into the skin, and I was hoping that, you know, some miracle it would remain the same and not mess up my body art, and it really has. It's been incredible. So now that my legs are done and my torso is done, my back is almost done. Let me put a little bit more there. You can really feel where it gets dry. And it's just the same as when you've been on holiday and you've got a nice tan. You just need to keep the skin hydrated and moist. And that's a really good way to help reduce the amount of itching and tingling that you're going to get. Now, as always, I do not wear underwear. It's 4 weeks and I haven't worn it at all. But for these videos, just to be able to show you my results, I do put on underwear. I wear it for as minimal amount of time as possible. It is loose, as you can see, it's not tight underwear. And then I will be taking it off directly after this to put my compression wear back on. You just can't see anything if I'm wrapped up like a sausage. So I will show you my buttocks as I give them a little massage. I'm going to have to tilt the screen. And you can see my puppy there, just cleaning himself. So the buttocks are actually firmer than they naturally were. My bum used to really shake when I walked or ran. I don't know if I can show you this. It has a little bounce to it, but it is quite firm. It's like having new breast implants. And I'll do the other side. So that's my dog on the floor just scratching himself. That is literally what I'm avoiding, Duke, is not being itchy. So as the buttocks heal and drop, as I said before, they will change shape. You can see an asymmetry in my healing, which just means that one side of my body is healing faster than the other. So at the moment, this buttock here with the flower on it is slightly high and square here. So when I turn, it has a flat surface here. It's still remaining high. I will keep note of how long it takes to drop. And my left buttock is healed so quickly and has dropped almost, you know, immediately. And it's nice and perfect and round. And the right one, he's taken his time. But it's nothing to worry about. I'll show you my scars. Bring them up close. This is from the drains. A slight red dot here. The slight red dot here. As you can see, even though it is slightly red, the ink is still inside of it, so I don't have to touch up my tattoos. I had a blister on my leg from the compression stockings. That's popped. It started off to be dark brown skin that was there, which was almost a scab-like. And that's lifted off and I have bright pink underneath it, so that will heal and return to normal skin colour. I also have the incisions from my liposuction, which is here on the bottom of the quill tattoo. And again, the ink is coming through on that. Also this side, it's on the bottom of my butterfly. And the ink is coming through on that, which is fantastic. So 1 month on from surgery and I'm feeling really good. As you can see, I'm really mobile. I'm walking around constantly, taking the dog out for walks now that he's had his puppy injections. And I have so much more of a social life, which is amazing. just to get out and about and return to normal routine. I have been in a gym, but I haven't done any working out because my boyfriend is also a fitness addict, and I'm a personal trainer. So when we're going in the gym, he wants me to give him some tips. He wants me to talk him through his routines and things. And when I'm in there, I'm so desperate just to pick anything up. But at the same time, I know that I have to wait 6 weeks and I don't want to affect my results and my healing. So I do step away. And when he's working out for more than half an hour at a time, I just walk around and go shopping. And it's a good way to get out as a couple. So just under 2 weeks now until I can return to the gym, which I'm really looking forward to. Have some really amazing news from my recovery, where I was sort of stuck indoors healing and relaxing and resting. I used that time to prepare for my nutrition exams, and I got my results back yesterday, and I have passed, and I'm now a fully qualified nutrition advisor, as well as being a personal trainer, a purely natural bodybuilding professional, and a fitness journalist. So I'm really, really thrilled that I have been able to up my knowledge and education and bring together the debate about surgery aesthetics and fitness and how they can work really, really well hand in hand together. So when people say to me, why don't you just squat if you want a nice booty? I can actually say, well, do you know what? I have the education behind that to prove that this was the right decision for me. My mobility is so much better whilst I can't squat right now. I can lower myself down to the height of the toilet. So I can kind of lean on a sink and I can get down low. I can pick things up off the floor. The best way to bend after you've had BBL is to kind of stand sideways and to bend forwards from the waist. Bending at the knees and the waist at the same time, I find becomes quite tight down the back of the legs. Everybody will heal differently, but a really good method that I have used to pick things up off the floor is to grasp them with my toes, and then I bend my leg, I pass it to myself, and then I have it. So when I'm doing the laundry, I can pull the laundry out of the washing machine with my feet. I can pick up plugs off the floor to plug them in. It's kind of like being a monkey with your hands. I can now also shave my legs. So I lift my leg onto the side of the bath, I go down to the ankle and I can shave fine. So I have this really good range of movement now that I didn't have just a few weeks ago. If you do have any questions or anything that you'd want to know that I can help you with, pop them in the comment box below and I will do my best to answer them as always. 1 month after surgery, and I'm feeling really, really good about it. If you want to place your bets on when this butt cheek will drop, then put them in now and the winner can maybe have a prize. So thanks for joining, guys. I hope this has been helpful for you and I will see you at my next update.